What's going on, YouTube? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today of Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. Those are three we're going to go over. I'm going to do probably Digibyte, Omise Go, XRP, and maybe even Link tomorrow. I'm going to throw them in with Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, but I have a busy day today, guys, so all I'm going to be able to do is go over those three. But what I want to do is talk about something even more important. And my wife, she was going through trying to find a document, and she stumbled across, it's my old varsity basketball scrapbook. And growing up, guys, I mean, just my entire life, competition was everything. I played baseball, basketball, football. I was in karate up to my purple belt. And basically, I quit karate because I had these three other sports going on. So I've just always loved competition. Even to this day, I love competition. That's one of the reasons why I love trading, is for that competition. And what I wanted to talk about today in trading, and especially in the cryptocurrency space here, the emotions that you go through, the highs and the lows, the feeling like a king some days and then feeling like a donkey on other days. And I know you all have had this, whether you're holding or whether you're trading or whatever. You've had those days where you're like, man, I'm doing great, I'm smart at this. And then you've had days where you're kicking yourself and you go, man, that was a terrible mistake. What was I thinking? And that's what I love about trading, that competition, because what I'm trying to do is take money from the market. That's what you have to look at, as the market is your competition. And what you're trying to do is steal a little bit out of that huge mass of billions and billions of dollars in the cryptocurrency space. That's what you're looking to do. And as my wife, she was looking for documents, she came across this scrapbook, and I wanted to read something to you because, guys, for me, whether it's technical analysis or I'm playing ping pong with my wife or whatever, I always want to win, and I have that competition and that drive. And I came across something that I put in this scrapbook a while ago, guys, about 13, 14 years ago, and I wanted to share it with you here. And this isn't me. I didn't write this. This is from someone else, but I don't have the author's name. But I think it's important because it relates to life and it also relates to trading. It says, when you get what you want in your struggle for self and the world makes you long for the day, just go to the mirror and look at yourself and see what that man has to say. For it is not your father or mother or wife whose judgment upon you must pass. The fellow whose verdict counts most in your life is the one staring back in the glass. Some people might think you are a straight shooting chum and call you a wonderful guy, but the man in the glass says you're only a bum if you can't look him straight in the eye. He's the fellow to please, never mind all the rest, for he's with you dear up to the end, and you have passed your most dangerous, difficult test. If the guy in the glass is your friend, you may fool the whole world down the pathway of years and get pats on the back as you pass, but your final reward will be heartache and tears if you have cheated the man in the glass. And to me, that goes into technical analysis and into trading and into everything that I want to do in life. If we're going to do this, guys, even if we can't be the number one person in the world, go to your full ability so that you never have those regrets and you look at yourself in the mirror and go, man, what if I would have done this? What if I would have learned technical analysis and it could have changed my life? What if? And that's where I encourage you guys to study, never give up, and know that these emotional swings are going to happen and you have to deal with them. Cutting a loss before it turns into something tragic, guys, it's one of the most important things that you can ever learn. And there's so many things, that I want to get into here, but I don't have a lot of time today. But, guys, whatever you do in life, do it to the fullest extent. I try to do everything that I do the best that I can because that's how my dad raised me, and I want to do everything that I can for the Lord. And that's where my heart's at. I want to do everything that I do it as if you're doing it for the Lord. That's my opinion. So, guys, just continue to study, continue to learn, and you can learn this stuff, and it'll really help you along the way. So we're going to get into this. Going to make it quick here. What we're looking for, guys, with Bitcoin on the one-day time frame, we're at $9,416. And what you see here is we pushed again. We had that little rally yesterday. Still didn't come on the most volume. We were talking about the volume. You can see it was below average. Right there you can see your purple line, which is always important to pay attention to. But it was a below average reaction here. And we did not go up and set a new high. So we still are having lower highs in the macro sense, and also in the short-term sense, we're having these lower highs. Now we did set our higher low down here, which was May 25th. So our best shot now is, if we're going to retrace a little bit more, try to set another higher low and then maybe eventually get up through here. But this is a tough spot right now, and you can see our volatility stop has shifted. It's at 9,715. So that's basically showing the downtrend and showing where you'd put your buy stop if you were shorting. Okay, so that's why you always want to align yourself with the trend. And right now, the trend in the macro sense is down, in the secondary sense is up, and then in the micro, just the very tiny short-term trend, it is down. And if we take a look at TradingView here, this is something I always like to do with you guys. We'll just take a look here, which I don't know why, obviously because of the moving averages, it's really going to show you, but you can see how it's saying strong buy for Bitcoin right now. You're having a 1 sell, 9 neutral, 18 buy, moving averages 0, 1, and 16. And what we're going to do is actually bounce back here and take a look at these moving averages. So we're up above the 50. We're up above the 200, and we had that golden cross. We're up above the 20 EMA. So that's what I'm saying. This little reaction gave us some room here. Now we're just going to have to see if we're going to come back down here and set a higher low and make another strong move up, or if this is the area that we're going to dump down to. And then our volatility stop right now is at that 9,715. But this is an important area to pay attention to. So in the secondary here, we're still up and we're still moving. In my opinion, though, how this is throwing a technical analysis buy signal that strong, to me, I'm not digging it that much, just due to the fact that we still have to get up above. Now it's going to be about $9,600, then it's going to be $9,822, then it's going to be up around that $10,000, and then $10,500, and then in the macro sense, we could set a new high. But that's how much work needs to be done right now. Okay, so when it says there on that the 1 sell or 18 buy, I would take that a little bit more with a grain of salt right now, guys, because I've seen stuff like that before. We'll show all those signals a strong buy, and then it ends up dumping. So always be careful. I just like to show you that stuff to let you see what it's saying here. But for Bitcoin now, what we're going to do on the 1-day time frame, I want to look at a couple indicators. We're going to take a look at the RSI. Still lower highs coming in. We were losing that strength, and we're at 54 on the RSI. And what you could also do is just draw a little trend line here, and that's always a good thing to do, and look for trend line breaks. Next one I want to take a look at here is our momentum. Momentum is still tailing off here, lower highs, lower lows right now. And then we'll take a look at our MACD. And the MACD histogram is trying to get up to the positive here, and we're going to look to see if we can get across. We're not there yet. It's still open here. So we have not had our bullish cross. The last bullish cross that we had was back in March 21st. So I do like to pay attention to those, and I like to watch when this histogram changes. So, you know, guys, up here, is this just an area where we're just cooling everything down before we do get a nice pop to the upside? Only the whales know. And anyone who tells you that they knows what's going to happen and they're not a true market maker, guys, they're fooling you, because, you know, you got to have a plan for the upside and the downside. The market makers are going to be the ones who determine the way that this market goes, and we have to follow in their coattails. So, guys, that's Bitcoin there. You get something from this, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Help me out with that algorithm. People who just put thumbs up, exclamation point, any of that really helps, and I'll try to get back to you the best I can. Next, we're going to move into Ethereum. Take a look at this. And for Ethereum, this is what we were looking at here, guys. It didn't come on the most volume, though, but we did break out through this yellow trend line here. So what would be important is for us to have a close of about 5% and stay up above this here. Because if we can stay up above this range or this area, then we have a nice shot at running that $247. But that's why these trend lines are important. And if we take a look at the price move off this here, so up to the close, guys, that was about 6% there. So according to the textbooks, this should continue to move to the upside, should continue to run. But, you know, this is cryptocurrency, and we're going to have to wait and see, because all the books that I read is when you have a trend line break and it's by 3 to 5% and it's on heavy volume, that's what we're missing right now. And it's on heavy volume, a lot of the times you'll continue to run really hard and really fast out of that trend line break, and that's something that I like to pay attention to. Trend lines are awesome, and when you learn more about them, it can really help you out in your trading. So in terms of the 1 day for Ethereum, we're going to take a look at the MACD. MACD, we are starting to get a bullish cross. Take a look at our stock. These are just the main ones I like here. And we also had a trend line break with a stock cross here. So that was a good thing. Maybe that would be enough to start getting us moving even a little bit more. And then our momentum's is running a little bit more flat right now. We'd like to see that starting to curve up a bit. And then for our indicators, I like to do the Don-chain channels as well. We'll throw those on, and we are at the top of those right now. So maybe we need to cool down just a little bit, but it is nice to see Ethereum getting out of that yellow downtrend. That's what we need. Ethereum controls so many altcoins, guys, and you know we really need Ethereum to get moving to get the rest of the market moving as well. One moment there. So guys, that's Ethereum. We're going to take a look at Litecoin next. And Litecoin's at $44.38 right now. So Litecoin's digging itself out a little bit here. Remember how we were getting those very strong sell signals? So it's starting to dig its way out of here a little bit more. We're having a 6 sell, 10 neutral, and a 12 buy. Overall, though, for Litecoin, what you're looking at after this big fall that we had, we've been moving up, but our volume really hasn't been swelling with that. And I'm continuously watching the volume. We don't want this to turn into almost some ugly bear flag where it just breaks down. And that's why I have this green trend line here as well. Because if we start dropping below this green trend line, then it could be bombs away to the downside. But right now, our best bet is to continue to try to get into some type of equilibrium pattern, consolidate here, and then try to come up and take out that 200 moving average, because that 200 moving average is still acting as overhead resistance, and now that's correlating with $50. And with it being at $50 psychologically, and then you also have this other resistance level here at 51. So this will be a tough spot that Litecoin has to get through, but we want to see us hold this green trend line. I would draw that on your charts if I were you. And then a few indicators to get into are stock RSI. We do have that bullish cross right here, and it happened with a strong candle, strong bullish candle there. Take a look at our RSI. RSI's, we've really been ranging between 54 and about that 40. Those are the areas that are supporting our resistance there that we've been fighting back and forth. That really could be a neutral break either way. Then we'll take a look at our momentum. Is important. Starting to tail off a little bit here on the momentum, which that's something you always want to see increasing or starting to move up. And then let's see here, our awesome oscillator as well. Awesome oscillator starting to get a tick to the green here, but still volume's low. You always want to trade something when the volume's a little bit higher so you don't have all that manipulation in the market. So, guys, that's what I wanted to leave you with here. Those are the things I'm looking at. Hopefully you get something out of it. But, you know, guys, let me know down low what you think, too. If you felt like, you know, a king on some days when you make a great trade and other times, you know, you just get down. But that's where mentally you have to push through. You have to push through. You know, you can't fear missing the last shot. You got to take it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I always loved Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant and those guys, just their mindsets. I love that type of mindset. So guys, take care. Let me know down low. God bless you all.